Doogsy, is it the same thing?
Here we go. We're Central live.
We are live. Picks.
Just making sure.
5 minutes after Meek. Welcome to Pick Central. It is myself, Big Ev Clemmer, the boys behind the glass. Count your days because Dukes only got a couple left. Count your days.
Yeah. And then anything could happen after that.
Yeah, literally. Clemmer,
Rest in peace, Glee Corso, by the way.
Yeah, Rico basically.
Rico gave his eulogy on Twitter.
There's no one stupider than him. That's just so like. Obviously, the way he said that is he's dead.
Did you think when in my goodbye tweet that when I said you gave a 14-year-old boy his dream?
No, not even a second did I think that you got hired at 14. It was just that you liked them at 14, and that was your dream.
That was my. I had the same interpretation Marty did, but I also know
Why,
you, and I can
that?
speak Dukes.
Yeah. Like people speak Bosco. That's what I meant. I couldn't believe
that.
The yak was like, just to confirm, like you didn't get hired at 14.
They
I was
want to
like,
make you look stupider.
Yeah,
I was pretty normal, what you said.
right, like I remember. I think like Kobe said it like you like dear basketball. Like you gave a 6-year-old boy his dream, which I probably like kind of had that in the back of my
think, or you? That's exactly what you were.
I remember reading it a while ago, so I don't know if that's the exact interpretation.
Dukes, as a person that people say is stupid, any chance people get to make you look stupider, they'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, 5 years. I'm not changing anyone's opinion.
No, it doesn't matter. But I thought
do a math off with me. I'm Rain Man.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Clemmer's bet. We can do that. That sucks. I actually was rooting for that one because I like when someone gets a random bet like that because you have no ties to the Bulls.
No.
30-1's insane value. They were right there for the taking. They could have done it. But I also understand how that's the worst feeling in the world when you're like, you wait basically 3 months because you probably put 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You wait 3 months.
I've been watching this team for 3 months.
You like wait for this game for
Yes.
3 months. You're like, oh, I can't wait, and it was over in the first 10 minutes.
Dude, like,
I think less than that.
But it was like you know NBA
over.
like they always come back.
No, of course, but
This
it was
no chance.
I put the Bulls game on. It's over before it starts, basically. Very sad. And so then I'm like, all right. I was texting you guys. I mean it. That was the saddest I've been about a bet. I think like not angriest, saddest. And you guys know it's the difference. It's the saddest I've been about a bet in I think years. I think it's like since I started working here. I was like, so then I'm like, you know what? I hate sports. I'm taking a break. I'm gonna watch Survivor. I DVR'd it because I wanted to watch the Bulls game. My DVR only recorded 7 minutes of Survivor.
So there's two things I want to ask before.
So then I couldn't even watch that. So then I just got sad and read a Batman comic.
First thing we're gonna start with. First thing we're gonna start with is the feeling that you're describing is like an annoying feeling where you're so sad about something you shouldn't be that sad about, and it like sticks with you, right? Like ruins your night.
Oh, it ruined my night.
Yeah, it's like you're sad, but you're like, all right, stop being sad. Like it's just a bet, and then you're like, what?
Oh, I didn't have that conversation myself.
I had that
conversation
all
was
the
like,
time.
Was like, oh, like I was just upset. I was more just upset about how like they just were DOA. Like they didn't seem to give it.
Like if you
first half
lost
was
the
a
next
disaster.
game, I think you'd be fine.
Oh yeah, because the other part too is I thought stupidly that they were gonna win that game. Like I had it in my mind, like, oh, this is a game they can win.
Yeah.
The next game, I thought was a much more challenging matchup. So I'm like, all right, we'll see, or whatever. But like, no, I was really upset.
It was we all were on it. It was I had that. It was one of those. I had already locked in Bulls. Like I bet the Bulls. It was one of those weird feelings. Like 30 minutes before tip, and I'm like, everyone's on the Bulls. This is Spoelstra. Like this doesn't feel.
That is the thing though. Like
I definitely had that thought.
Ev
Like
said one
wave
word.
through me.
It's one word. It's like Spoelstra. No matter what, in a big game, you should probably take him.
He's a great coach, and even Billy Donovan's a good coach too.
Fair. No, like Spoelstra is a Hall of Fame.
He's also done things.
And not just for, like Donovan probably is too for college, but Spoelstra's a Hall of Fame coach for his NBA credentials.
And he's also he beat the allegations of LeBron.
Absolutely.
Of just having LeBron. Like
he
had a shitty team go to the finals.
Twice.
Like he does a lot with a little.
I mean, he's by far the best coach that's ever coached LeBron.
I think
by far, right?
I think he's the best coach in the NBA.
Right?
That's coached him. I mean, yeah.
I don't even know who the second would be.
Who do you think's the best
Vogel?
coach in the NBA right now? I think it's him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say Spoelstra because I guess he's not coaching now. He's old.
Missoula.
See, it's hard to tell. We don't.
I think Ime is phenomenal, but I would
gonna
take
say-
Spoelstra's the guy. I'm saying other guys I would put in the
Ime
line.
Did you
is-
say Spoelstra's one though?
I'd say Missoula.
I don't think that's like.
That's not.
I have
We don't know that.
An underrated name, Tyronn Lue. Clippers
I
have
do think
good coach.
I think
Lou's a good
Spoelstra's
coach.
too.
I can't put
Lou's
Lou
a-
and
Lou-
Spoelstra in the same argument.
Lou is a good
Spoelstra
coach,
is
but I would take Spoelstra.
I'll take Spoelstra, but Lue's underrated.
Are we saying Popovich doesn't count anymore because he's sick and stuff?
Popovich obviously is he's gonna go down as like a top like
But
3.
even
4
like
all
right
time.
now,
Oh, like right now is very moment.
like in this moment, even in the past 5 years,
Probably
like,
you're right. I probably want Spoelstra.
It's like
Me-
Pop was the best coach,
Right.
and then
Clemmer, I actually want to hear your argument on this. My first week at Barstool, me and Marty got into an argument, and I was wrong in this, but my thinking was the same, so I think you'd like it.
this was a long argument.
Long
Wow.
argument.
Okay, I like this.
Long argument. My argument was this is before Giannis won this is before Giannis won, but I said that if you asked me who I'd rather have as like a coach or a player, would you rather have Giannis or Brad Stevens? I said Brad Stevens.
You get either one of them to start your team.
With the thinking, with the whole argument basically surrounding in 2003, if you asked the Spurs who would you rather have, Greg Popovich or LeBron, who would you rather have?
LeBron.
But LeBron has a chance to leave. Greg Popovich won you 4 championships or whatever it was. So the thinking is
Also, the great player can get hurt too. Where the coach in theory can't
this
get
is
hurt.
all you
I don't
can
think it's like a
leave.
horrible argument.
It's not a horrible. So who would you rather have if you're the Spurs in 2003? Greg Popovich or LeBron?
I would have LeBron.
Well, the only thing with this one was Brad Stevens is literally he's a better executive than he is a coach.
Yeah, but he changed the whole outlook of the franchise just in general.
Yeah.
I mean, the Celtics. I understand there was like a rough patch kind of before he came, but the Celtics are the Celtics.
It's still, it
Right,
it hadn't been that long for
he almost
If he went to the Hornets and did it, I'd be like, all right,
Yeah, agree.
this guy's something special. He is something special. He's
He is.
very
No,
good.
definitely
at what
good.
He
The other
does,
thing, too, is
but-
Coach and executive, I think he's like the best thing that's happened to the Celtics since Red Auerbach.
Oh, Danny Ainge.
I think Brad Stevens is.
Oh, I disagree.
Danny Ainge is pretty special.
Danny Ainge also played with the team and won 3 titles. So, Larry Bird, you could also say was pretty.
The answer is you take the play over the coach.
In basketball, yes. In
Yes.
other sports, I might disagree. Because basketball,
I-
one player has more impact than any other sport. Like
I think-
football, would you rather have a great coach or a great player? I guess it.
No, I think every sports player.
I think it depends.
It depends on like
In football, I think it
It's a
would.
good argument. It's pretty close.
it's-
This poll's from 2018, by the way.
In football, I
There's
think
a
it would
lot of
depend on
votes
the.
on that.
if it's
Depends on the
quarter.
position.
If it's quarterback, it's always quarterback. You're saying a good quarterback or a good coach. But if it's like a good running back over a coach, that to me is close.
Oh, I would choose a good coach over a good running back any day. Quarterback, you're right. It's a different discussion. Running back's not even close. Running backs have such short shelf lives. Like,
Where's the
And I'm also saying this is like we're talking like all-time great basketball coach. Like, would you rather have Spoelstra or Cooper Flagg this year? That's a good.
That's better because that's someone that we don't know how he's done yet and how. But I think I'd go Cooper.
I think I go
Flagg.
Cooper Flagg.
Because you also
Spoelstra
know-
or
Tough, I'm
Anthony
not-
Edwards.
Ooh, I like that
So
one.
now that's good.
See,
That's a
like
good
this is
one.
what I'm saying. Like guys that haven't won
Pick
that are
the
like
wrong
super.
guy.
And he's also like
But also the Giannis thing is stupid, like stupider now because he won a championship by himself. It was one of the most pure runs, like all that shit. I understand it now, but back then it was like Anthony Edwards.
And Anthony Edwards is a great player, but he's not an all-time great.
this
So that's
is-
an interesting.
Well, because he's just like he's kind of just.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
maybe he could be right. No, it's interesting. I think I would choose the coach there over Anthony Edwards. That's a good one.
see, that surprised me that you would take
I wouldn't. I take.
Flag over the coach, but not take Edwards. Like I'd take Edwards over Flag.
Yeah,
Edwards is a like that just
dude
rattled
sexual over here.
my like Edwards is a proven commodity. I think Flag's gonna be
Jalen
great.
Johnson
You know
or is
why,
Eric
though, too?
Spoelstra?
The rookie,
He's
getting
proven,
the
he's a
rookie
proven
contract.
commodity, and he's like, how old is Edwards? Like 24.
With the rookie contract, I mean,
You're
both
getting
guys you'd have bird
18-year-old.
rights. So
But he's 24.
fair
Like
point. That's a-
you're if things go well, you could milk another like 10 plus years of
But I
elite
think-
play out of this guy.
So, like, you know what it is? It's more the unknown, too. Like, could Cooper Flagg become, like, an all-time great? I don't think Anthony Edwards will ever be an all-time great. Like, when I say all-time, I'm talking, like, the greatest.
Honestly, this playoff run will is
like,
a
the
huge.
LeBrons and Kobe.
This if he loses in the first round, it definitely will bring him down a little bit.
But I don't
Depends
think
how he
it
plays,
I don't
though.
think it should though. Like they're playing the West is brutal. They're
Well, I
playing.
think it depends how he
They're playing
plays.
Luka Lakers in the first round. Like
matchup.
it's
Yeah, but
like I don't think
But
them
Ev, I
losing
think
in the
no
first
matter,
round.
But I think no matter what, though, like when you're a superstar, right? Like, they're playing against superstars too. I'm
I'm
not
saying they're
that.
playing against two.
But I do think when you're a superstar and like he has an ass series, it does bring him down a little bit. I don't think it's like, oh, Anthony Edwards is like lost his luster.
But he could have a great series and they lose.
Luka knocked him out last
he
year,
can
which
do
hurts.
He can do that 100. If he has a great series and they lose, that's not on him.
Michael Jordan scored 60 against Celtics and they lost that series. But
I just feel like
but Jordan still came out okay.
Yeah, no, you remember, but you also remember Michael Jordan still being really. If Anthony Edwards is scoring 30 points a game and they lose a series, that he's still a superstar.
But he's also still kind of a loser. Like I'm not.
that's. But I mean,
I don't mean
that's
that to be mean.
like.
But I mean, it's like you didn't get.
Well, what other way can you make it?
But I'm
No,
saying
it's
we
not
are
his
just
fault.
holding
It's
these
like,
guys to like
You get
crazy
the stain of
standards.
your organization.
I
But
do
the
have a-
standards were like he's like 23. They were in the Western Conference Finals last year. If he loses in the first round, I think we're becoming too like prisoners of the moment with like individual.
That's
players.
true.
Do you
like
think-
he's 20? Like how many guys didn't
So
break
young.
through till they were like way older?
Listen, Chris Paul's a
Jason
loser.
Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Tatum was in the league super young and he didn't break through
Michael
until even
Jordan.
years after. That's what I'm saying. I think saying just because
Chris Paul's a loser.
I mean, Edwards, they're probably gonna lose.
Am I wrong?
I agree. with
He's
you.
a loser.
I'm like the biggest Chris Paul hater, and I even like struggle to like say like he's a loser.
He's a
I have
loser.
a hard time saying
I mean,
he's a
he-
loser.
Never won.
I just think he was
Yeah,
overrated.
Ken Griffey Jr. Is he a loser?
Yes.
Yeah.
Baseball is different.
Mike Trout's a loser.
I also think that
baseball, and basketball
Rendon is a winner.
Baseball, you have less
No,
impact.
the
One
impact
person
you have in-
has
in
so much more
basketball is
impact.
so much
Or
higher.
is Charles Barkley a loser?
Yes.
No,
I can't say that. I watched that finals, man. I watched him play. I cannot.
You
take
are
him-
right.
Not a
You are
loser.
right. But like, speaking like NBA
Definition,
brain
yeah.
rot, yeah,
Yeah.
That's sad.
it is.
Was Kevin Garnett a loser before he went to the Celtics?
He had that stain, right?
I think he was like, what? Oh, when he lost in the
But
first round, like
that's what
7 years or
happens when
something.
you're a
The only time he
superstar.
only got out of the first round once before he got the Celtics. That Western
This is what
Conference.
happens when you're a superstar. Is that everyone knows you're so good, right? So they almost like minimize that, right? They minimize that window, and it's like now it's just championship. That's like
Is
Jason
Bryce
Tatum.
Harper a loser?
I mean, he got to World Series. I don't think so at all.
well,
No,
it's just
but-
the thing that we're like. It's
It's like
just
they're saying,
crazy to
it's
me.
like Aaron Judge. It's like he's
Oh,
the best player in the world, but he's a loser. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
He is
That's
a
what I'm saying.
loser.
People think that, but it's like no, it's
You
not
even
that.
kind of know he's a loser.
No, he's not. He's the best person in the world.
You
I think he's saying because he does so bad in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
He also doesn't do that bad. He doesn't do great. It's not as bad as everyone says, but it doesn't do great.
Wow. I mean, it's not good. I agree. I agree to some
said.
extent, Marty. You're not.
I just we hold.
you
I
guys
just
are gonna say
It's not good. It's not good.
I'll be back in October.
I just don't like how we hold the standards of players.
You're gonna miss this so much.
You have no idea. I think I'm gonna listen during my lunch break just to get like I need to be like
Just get like mad.
I need to be like 30% pissed off to like actually function in the day.
Well, this show could do that.
Yeah, I'll just be like, is he still fucking going on about Steph Curry?
I just think we hold players.
I wouldn't have because he'd be.
I just don't know why we hold individual players so much to just like their team.
It's not fair.
Because like I mean, even and not this is not the poo-poo Jason Tatum, but like holding like Tatum and like his individual accomplishments. Like I think I would take him over Edwards. My point being more like look at the roster of team he's on, and look at this. Like look at the other roster. Like I think it's not fair to be like oh like one guy's a winner and everyone else is or like two guys on the team are winners and everyone else is a loser.
Well, you're
like
thinking-
their team around them.
I agree.
Like if we talk about like Garnett on the Timberwolves like back in the day, like
It stunk.
there's much like guys he was much better than that were on winning teams
You're
because his team
thinking
stunk.
too logically.
That's what I'm saying. It just drives me crazy when like and like I've done it too like tongue in cheek. Oh, like he didn't win, loser. But it is crazy though. Like even it just made me think about more saying like if Edwards and the Timberwolves just lose in the first round this year, like it takes them down a peg. Like I think it
does though.
But like that's
not
just
fair.
It's
I'm
just
not saying it's
crazy
fair.
to
I'm
me.
just
Like
saying like
I don't know how. I just
But
don't know how that takes you.
I do
down
think it does
peg,
a little bit, Ev, where it's like
Like
if
they're the
OKC
underdogs.
if
Like it's
OKC
the Lakers.
Yeah, but it's also like
They're a
have
better team. They have a better team.
They also
But the
went for
Timberwolves
they're
also
taking a
were
step back.
the Timberwolves were up there. Yeah, like they're
Well, it's because they made a trade. Like that's not his fault.
Not at all.
their team's
And they're honestly playing really
their
good with
team
them.
is still good. Like that, we
They
can't
are
say
because
they have a
Anthony
bad
Edwards is
team.
great.
Yeah, but there also is really good pieces around them too.
They have a few. They have a couple decent.
He's also great. He's a big reason. Like
He's the best player by
course.
far.
we all. I
he
think
is.
we all agree. But the
Yeah.
reality though is if they lose the first round, as far as the world perceives him, he will take him down a peg.
What about OKC if they lose in the second round? That's like
But they
also,
have, but they're the favorites. Like OKC's a pretty big underdog in this first round series. Like
yeah, but they're so young too that they could be.
they're supposed to lose.
who?
The Timberwolves.
But that when you have a super, that's
They're
what
a
we're
six-
saying though.
They're a
Like,
6 seed who's like a plus.
so then he
like
shouldn't get.
160.
But like if he gets like if he wins, then he gets all the so he gets no flack at all if he loses. But if he wins, it's like this big praise. That's where I get a little
Also, you should have played better in the regular season then.
yeah.
Like you're like
I mean, Randall missed a lot of the season. When Randall played, they were 21-4. Like when he had his other like all-star
understand.
caliber
Being
player-
like Marty said, though, you're being logical. I'm saying as the world perceives. I'm not saying how we
You
perceive.
have to have some.
the
But
world-
I don't.
you lose, you have to have some flack as a superstar. I think you 100%
Yes, but
do.
I don't. But
Part of the weight of the
Why
credit.
does he get praise if he wins?
But but it's the team, like, because what he's overcoming, what he would overcome if he beat the Lakers would be crazy, like
Crazy.
just
Would it be
significantly
that
less
crazy overcoming
Yes.
the
I
Lakers?
I think the Lakers.
Luka and LeBron with like his
But Anthony
I mean,
Edwards
you're-
is a superstar.
But you're Mr. Like
I am.
Teams are better without Randall.
Believe me, I'm so on the side of the Lakers are 10 times better than Timberwolves. I'm
So there
saying
you go. That's
devil's advocate.
But how can you say that and then be like he should get shit on if they lose?
Because you also suck off Randall that he's so good as well, and they're 21
No, I'm
and 4.
saying-
So
no,
then
no, no.
and
No,
then
no, no.
DiVincenzo, and they have this core that's pretty like they were also in the conference fucking finals last year.
Even then they traded their second best player.
But they also got a player back that you say is very good.
No, I defend him. Everyone puts him down. I defend him. I think I put him in his like proper.
But also
everyone else just says he stinks.
they
I say he's good.
They traded their second best player, but they thought they were getting back better pieces. So like that's not like that's on them.
I think
Anthony Edwards.
I think they just wanted to pivot from Towns more than anything. Like they literally traded a younger guy at the same position who makes more money and is gonna have and has like more years on his deal. They traded that guy away.
I think I
don't
think
understand.
I think Ev's
older guy
I don't
who,
think
like,
they like
needs a
Towns and
contract.
Gobert, and they knew you can't trade Gobert, so they got rid of Towns. That was my take.
Towns had way more value.
But that's where I'm saying, like, I don't think the Timberwolves are this like little team that like can beat the Lakers. It's like they still they have a superstar, Gobert and
Gobert
Randall.
stinks.
Yeah, but you also just
Gobert
said,
doesn't
you also
stink,
did say,
though.
Marty. You said the Lakers are 10 times better.
That's what I'm saying.
gotta
Like,
In my
pick a road.
opinion, though, but like no, but that's I don't have to pick up because we're talking about the Timberwolves that they're like like they're the Jazz. That's what we're talking
but no,
about.
we're not. They're
They're
underdogs.
not.
This is a fact.
They're not.
They're
but
big
you said
underdogs.
They're 10 times better. That means something. Like the Lakers are a better team than Timberwolves.
They're not
If
big
Ed-
underdogs. They're plus 140. No,
Won like 60.
I wouldn't say
It's a decent sized
a
underdog. I
huge
mean,
underdog.
not huge, but I mean,
that's pretty even.
it's actually closer than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I listen. This is me talking. Just like I'm not taking any sides. I just think that it's not a crazy. I don't think it'd be that crazy, even still, if the Timberwolves beat the Lakers. I think the Lakers are going to win. I think they're the better team, but I don't think I'd be shocked. Would you be shocked?
I'd be pretty surprised.
I'd be
If-
pretty
if-
shocked to
if-
see Chris Finch beat JJ Redick as a coach.
Shocked. I wouldn't be
That's
shocked.
something.
I actually think Finch.
Should I be surprised and not shocked?
No.
That's what I said. I'd be pretty surprised.
I'd be
I wouldn't be like,
stunned.
oh my god! Like if the Celtics lost the first round, I'd be like, oh my god!
Stunned.
Why is that getting legs?
What?
I've seen a lot of Twitter. It's so stupid being like the Magic matchup well against
No, they
the
don't.
Celtics.
Be-
They just
because-
don't at all.
Because
stupid
people,
shit. People want it.
people hate the Celtics.
Very
Well, of
sad.
course- they should though.
No, why?
Why?
They should admire.
Really simple.
Admire, don't hate.
It's things like
Admire,
that
don't
because
hate.
Yeah,
saying
it's
things
really
like that. That's
simple.
why
No,
I raised the Celtics.
they will try to diminish anything the Celtics do
No, it's sad.
ever.
Yeah, but that's like every.
It's the most hated franchise, arguably in
Stop.
sports.
Oh, the Yankees.
Not even close. Yeah, Yankees easy.
It's honhonestly, yeah, the
The
Yankees.
entire
Yankees
world
deserve
hate
to be
watching.
They
hated.
made the World
Yankees
Series
should be
last
hated.
year,
The
and it was
Celtics should
like
be admired.
we were embarrassed. That's what people
We
said.
won the championship and got shit on.
Awful.
I don't.
No.
think you
Tatum
did.
just did for being a
We
cornball.
won the championship and people tried to diminish it.
Low point
Well,
in history.
I think Ev's right. They try to diminish Tatum.
Tatum just was a cornball.
Very
post,
unfortunate.
but I don't think
Should have
anyone was
gotten Finals
shitting on the
MVP.
team.
Jealousy is
Should have got
ugly.
Finals MVP. I
Jealousy
agree
is
with
a
that.
nasty disease.
Now that I won that bet, I bet on Jaylen Brown in like the first round to win the NBA Finals MVP, and I was like, oh, it was a good choice. Now that it's a year later, Tatum 100% deserved it.
Fuck's he doing?
He said we have 4
He was
calls.
saying he had calls.
I could watch Meek do that all day.
What's he doing?
Meek was
He was
saying
sitting-
Meek was trying to
I don't know how
say
you
we have
even
4
put that on.
callers.
Yes.
No, I
Let's
know.
try to use sign language so we have 4 callers on the
Could have
line,
also
so-
just come into the mic and said it.
I said no. We were doing callers. I'm down. I'm down to do
No, but
calls.
but Meek, why didn't you have a microphone there? Why didn't you just come tell
I
us?
want to interrupt the conversation.
That's very nice of you.
You always.
No, I think he did the right. I think he was doing the right thing, trying to signal.
No, but he always interrupts the conversation. Why is he being polite
The one,
now?
but it is the one time
you
he
know
tried to be
Daniel
polite,
Jones
we
is
break
coming
his
on?
balls.
That's wild.
Do you know Meek gave me a very nice gift yesterday?
No, dude, I was meant to tell you this. That was not a nice gift.
How is that not nice?
Dude, I can't believe you didn't see past this. He was being like, "Oh, Clemmer's old. Like, here's
No, that's-
here's
Wait,
an
what
old
was the
book.
gift?
He
What
likes
was the
old
gift?
things. Like, oh, I
There's
knew
some
you
really
would
old
like
book.
this."
I just oh you know what's
Oh,
you know,
that's
I,
such a troll.
Yeah,
That
dude,
was
did
Clemmer
like
is not a troll.
I did like it.
It was like a baseball encyclopedia.
Yeah.
It's about Joe DiMaggio.
Oh,
My mom saw it and asked, "Do you know anyone that would want this?" I was like, "Oh, Clemmer likes baseball history. He
I
cares
love
more
baseball.
about the 1940
That
Yankees
is
than the actual Yankees
a
fans."
lie. You did not say it. You're.
Yes.
Tell me you. Swear on your mom that you
believe
did
him.
not say that at one point you said I have that Clemmer's old.
I'm gonna go through my text.
His mom knows.
You're not swearing on mom without
The exact
confirmation.
text is, "Do you know?"
He doesn't even say I'm old to his mom. His mom.
My exact text
Normal
is,
people wouldn't.
"Do you know anyone who'd want this?" And I said Clemmer would like it. That's it.
That's very nice. Thank you. And did I like it?
Yeah,
It's
you
a
loved
cool,
it.
It's a cool book.
Yeah.
It's like almost like it has like newspaper articles, old World Series scorebooks of
Yeah,
Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah,
That's interesting, Marty. I'm sorry that you don't appreciate history at all, but that is interesting.
I appreciate history. I was
Like
just,
it sounds like Clemmer cares more about the 1940 Yankees than Morty does.
What was your?
Of course I do.
Yes, that's true. But what was your major in college?
Sports management.
What was yours?
I had a major and a minor, Dukes.
Ooh, wow.
I was public relations and a history minor.
Why do you hate
I was a history
You don't know
major.
anything about history.
At a boy.
I was a history major.
Do you see a theme?
Not a good one.
No, it's not.
The most
You don't see a
CEOs,
theme?
the major that most
Like-
CEOs have, history.
Really?
Told you that on day one.
I like that.
The theme is that the history was the easiest classes in college.
Not if you learn something, you take it in. It,
No,
it
it-
actually can be very fulfilling.
the easiest.
I had 5 majors. History I learned the most in.
Do you take in any of that knowledge at all? Like, do you know any about like World War II or Civil
Of
War?
course, I've watched movies on it after and remembered it.
Did you actually learn anything in history?
No, I to be honest, the teacher that taught all the history classes was like my boy. Like would text me like, "Hey, it's nice out. You don't need to come today."
What?
Yeah.
History taught me not like about like how to research and read faster.
History is just memorization.
Yeah, but it wasn't
No,
even that. Like
no,
it was
it's
like
not. That's
the way to
not what history is. That's not what
researching, writing.
Yes, it is.
It is no,
What else
that's
is
not
it?
What, that's not. No, history.
History,
else is it?
history is
History should be looking.
history
at,
is just like knowing it.
If they tell you
No.
what happened in history and
No.
you remember it.
No.
Remember it.
What?
That's not how it was for
not
like
what it's supposed
my
to be.
my
What is
biggest.
it supposed to be?
You're supposed to look at the past and then evaluate it and understand, like, all right, what can we learn from? How can we change this? And also, what should we take from the past to bring here? It's about not looking at the past and memorizing, but also like judging it, understanding it, also trying to understand why people did certain things. It's all about humanity, honestly.
I learned a
But
lot
I was
about-
going to say that a lot of
Class.
that you said is like up for debate.
Yeah.
Like people could have
Your
much
opinion.
differing opinions on like.
that's
what-
what makes history great.
That's
history's
fine,
subjective.
But to
but
me, that's what
for
makes it- yeah, it's like
history
not
class, if
black
you're
and white.
doing a class of history, the answers are always you have to memorize what happened.
Anything. That's any
Yeah, but-
subject in school.
We're not math.
Math, you have to
Math, science.
figure
You
out a
gotta
problem.
memorize what
Science, you have
the
to figure out a
formula
problem.
But math, there's only like really like one right
Right.
answer.
You
99%
gotta memorize
of the
how to
time.
get there.
I
even-
thought it
but
was more
even, like-
researching. Like I learned so much how to research.
Like English is obviously like up for like subjective.
English is more subjective. Like, oh, I read, but so history can be too.
Science is like
Wh-
very black and
Why
white.
do you think that the Versailles Treaty was a bad idea? And then it's your words, not memorization. It's why you think it's.
Well,
a bad
you
idea.
know, you do have to memorize what even happened at the.
Right, but then you need. But
I guess in history you could have a right and wrong answer. It's like, was Hitler a good guy? It's like, okay.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no,
Say
not
no.
a good guy.
But then
I
like
want to on record he's a bad guy.
Imagine the guy that's like, it's all subjective. You're like, holy shit, F.
That literally Bryce Mitchell.
like what like
This happened. This
Why-
just happened.
why
That's
is
what
this
Dave's
why is this a
actually
bad idea?
getting.
What's
Dave
that?
was like, I'm getting shit for booing the guy who said Hitler's a good guy. And he
Well,
goes,
there's-
well, what side am I on?
Yeah, that's a.
We'll stay away.
Yeah, we'll stay. I think there's a reason for that. We'll stay away from it.
Doesn't matter.
A lot to unpack there.
Don't need to.
Way more. than-
history is great.
It's
Right,
okay.
history. I appreciate history.
Someone's saying that Celtics aren't the most hated team in the NBA. That's just wrong.
That's wrong.
They are right now.
I don't know who else.
The Lakers, I guess.
Lakers.
I mean,
Not even close.
But I don't even think they are. Yeah, the
Yes,
Celtics
it is.
are.
People fucking hate LeBron.
People hate the Celtics more. I think
The Lakers as a franchise is
People
also
love
hated.
Kobe.
People also hate Kobe.
people hate Kobe.
I think there's more Kobe stands than I think Kobe like true
What?
haters.
Well, Kobe. Hopefully, we'll have some good news today from Kobe. Going to the Magic on my stream at 3 p.m.
You drafted him?
Hopefully, we'll find out.
Was
Find
this
out.
before Colorado?
Well, no. In my world, Kobe doesn't necessarily enjoy the company of women.
You can't change history.
Wow. So he's ahead of his time. He's part of the LGBTQ?
We not only appreciate but respect all walks of life here at the Atlanta Magic.
Is that Daryl Strawberry?
Yeah.
Sure is.
Oh my gosh! Look at that, huh?
I'd love to meet him.
Should we get him in here?
Yeah, my dad knew him. And I was telling the guys that my dad arrested Roger Clemens during the '86 World Series, and he knew Daryl Strawberry.
I have a starting lineup figure of Daryl Strawberry on my desk right now, and now I'm looking at
You
him.
see, it's so weird that I've worked with Frank for 5+ years, and he's never given me a meeting like he just gave Daryl Strawberry.
Well,
I don't
that's
get
his
it.
hero.
Huge hug.
I don't get
Daryl
it.
Strawberry
I
is
don't
like
understand it.
A hero of his.
I don't get it though.
It's
I
wild. This is the same guy that had a chef hat on yesterday saying the season was over in game 18 of 162.
the Brett Baty shit is so
Juan-
funny.
Juan Soso?
One of the best nicknames.
Juan Soso is
Did you
incredible.
see Doug's called the shot in December? Like, I can't wait for Frank to call Juan Soto Juan Soso.
He's doing handshakes.
Here, I'll
Huge
get
smile on Frank's face. This is great.
Honestly, that handshake that they just did, that was like the black and white fist meme that like Drew Brees posted the one time.
Yes.
After he made like controversial comments.
Yeah. Daryl Strawberry's hands are.
How do you guys?
enormous.
Daryl Strawberry helped the Yankees win a few titles. How do you guys feel about Daryl?
Yeah, I like Daryl Strawberry.
Let me tell
I love
you.
Daryl Strawberry.
You can't say I'm
Also,
a-
just an incredible name. Like, just what a baseball name.
just the stories about all the team and stuff too is awesome.
Like, Daryl Strawberry was just built to be a baseball name.
He's the reason I tried strawberry ice cream for the first time. Like I was like 4 years old. And like strawberry. It's
That's a
good.
crazy.
It's a wild.
It's happened. It happened.
I think it's just good for a nickname. It's good for like if he was born like nowadays playing, he'd have a sick logo.
Oh yeah.
Really sick logo. Something to go with
I
strawberries.
think that's the best.
It looks great, huh?
It's the best icing on a donut to look wise is strawberry.
I think best tasting too.
I like it as
And
well.
I'm not a strawberry much of.
How
a
old
strawberry
is he?
frost.
I'm saying he's in his 60s.
He looks sharp.
Looks great.
He looks better than all of us.
Is he that old? I guess he probably is.
You figure he was born in 61.
He
right?
probably is like
62?
60. Yeah, like early.
Rookie
60s.
year was 83.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah, he's got to be in his. Isn't that crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
He does look good.
Good for him, man. Let's go.
How you doing, Daryl?
Daryl!
Down. I might just have to go. I might hope he comes in. That'd be great.
Wow, he's coming in.
This is great.
Yeah,
Sir.
There he is.
we are.
Daryl,
So
I have
big
a.
fans. We got Mets.
Daryl.
We got Mets and Yankees fans.
How we
in here.
doing?
Love it.
Big fan.
How we doing, Daryl?
Pleasure, man. Good to meet you, man. Good to meet you, man. Good to meet
Hey,
you.
my dad.
Good to meet you, man.
My dad knew you back in '86. He was a cop at Met Stadium, at Shea Stadium. Yeah, Robert Cahill.
Stadium or Shea
Shea
Stadium?
Stadium. Yeah,
He's not the
Shea
brightest bulb in
Stadium.
the chandelier.
How you guys doing?
I have a starting
Fantastic.
figure of you on my desk right now. That's how much I appreciated you.
Yeah? Well, thank you, man.
That was a strong handshake, by the way. That was a hell of a handshake.
The World Series ring on.
Strength was there. Strength was there.
The World Series ring on.
No, that's the retirement. That's
Oh.
Oh,
a gift to me.
Beautiful ring.
sharp.
It's a nice ring.
That's
Beautiful ring.
sharp.
Is that when they retire your number?
When they retire my number.
I was there. It's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me ask, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, sure.
What was the age you knew you were going to be like a stud?
I think about 14.
14?
Yeah, I hadn't really played just yet.
Uh-huh.
You know, because I came from like a really broken, dysfunctional household with my father.
Yeah.
So I wasn't playing baseball at that time until he left the house. And then my mother, raised 5 of us, and I realized the vision from there. I used to watch the Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds play. And the Reds was a big red machine. They used to talk about this one guy, and that's how I became a baseball player. And his name was Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle.
Really?
I saw him play, and I realized I wanted to be a baseball player just like him because his uniform was always dirty.
Always dirty.
Always
Yep.
dirty. So
Yeah.
if you didn't have your uniform dirty,
Bad game.
you didn't seem like a
Or
baseball
trying hard
player.
enough.
It just seemed like you clean. You
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's a really cool
So
story.
that's my favorite player. They should have put him in the Hall of Fame a long time ago.
Agree. I agree.
Charlie Hustle. You don't get a guy like Pete Rose in the career he had.
No, 100%.
Absolutely.
How do you think the Mets are this year?
I think they're pretty good.
We fight a lot.
Huh?
I'm a Mets fan, they're Yankee
We're
fans.
Yankee fans.
I think each team is good for the city.
Yeah.
And that's what you really want.
It is the best when they're both good.
I think what people don't understand, April and May doesn't mean anything.
I agree.
That's the truth.
Everybody
do
gets
agree.
hyped up about that. You can play well, you can play not play well, but when you get to that June, July, August, that's what counts.
That's what it's.
That's what money counts right there.
Yep, I agree.
So,
I agree.
well, enjoy, guys.
Hey,
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Pleasure meeting you,
Nice to
Daryl.
meet you, Daryl.
God bless.
Yeah, go have fun on your walk.
Thank
Y'all
you for
take care,
everything,
man.
man.
All right.
Great loafers, by the way.
He's a sharp guy.
sharp
He's a sharp guy. I honestly, I'm gonna tell you something to the viewers. I don't care if you didn't hear anything.
I figured it out. Clemmer.
Yeah,
I wanna give
Clemmer was trying.
Clemmer
Flipped the
tried.
mic. He's
No,
trying.
Clemmer made I would say the best move in my tenure at Pick Central. That was a heads-up
That was
play if I've ever
class.
seen one.
This woof, woof.
He's awesome.
That was awesome. That was
Gucci-
very-
Gucci
that-
loafers
honestly,
look
that
good.
was one of the coolest moments for me working here.
You gonna cry?
No.
Yes.
I
I've
was
never
like,
seen him so.
Not gonna cry. Not gonna cry.
I've never
but,
seen him so like frazzled.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Me neither.
This Francesa, that's right. I mean, stuff when you grew up with it, man.
No, Daryl Strawberry is a.
No, it's just so funny. Like
That's a
Daryl
name.
Strawberry, Mike Francesa.
But that makes a ton of sense to me.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Like
Well,
that
it's,
Francesa and like Daryl Strawberry be near the top.
You grew up in New York.
I did. That's because Francesa is one of those things you either get it or you don't. Like Francesa meant so much more to me than a lot of guys walk in here that are
Everything
probably
to me.
way more famous nationally. But Francesa meant like I mean, growing up as a kid that wanted to do something like this.
Every single
he was
time
the guy.
you listen to that guy. And
was the
but,
guy.
Like Daryl Strawberry, you're just not even a baseball fan.
Yeah, legend.
You
I mean,
that's just
absolute
a guy.
legend.
Watch those games. I mean, watch not to get too emotional, but like watch those games. My dad, man, has been gone a long time, but like like having Daryl Strawberry is a huge part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Huge part of my childhood.
How about that answer? Like he's like, I grew up a broken home. I didn't play till my dad left. Like that's crazy. Like it wasn't like he was playing his whole life, and that's usually how it happens.
You know,
imagine just being like, hey, I want to be like that guy, and then you just are.
his personal story is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Obviously, he also remember he's a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Obviously the drug issues, and then he met his wife in rehab, and they've since completely like had this like amazing life where they just try to help people now.
I'm not kidding,
He's been clean for a long time.
My hand does hurt still a little bit. He's squeezed.
big guy.
He's a strong.
6'6".
Obviously, you could see why he hit just mammoth home runs.
Yeah.
Swing with
As a monster.
And like you said, April and May don't mean anything.
He's got to tell
Yeah,
it to
no,
Frank.
you
He's
shouldn't- no,
going
you
to take the walk to talk Frank off the ledge.
Listen, you shouldn't.
Would have won
It
Soto.
doesn't matter if you lose
Yeah,
to
that
the
was
Twins.
that was strategic by him. He knows what he's getting into with this walk.
Oh, him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that
looks great in pink.
It's smart. I was gonna ask him was he wearing it because of Strawberry, but I didn't. I
like
didn't wanna
that's
do it.
literally Frank's idol. Like that's his favorite player when he was like 11 years old.
Yeah, made him hate the Mets.
Made him love the Mets.
That was the only time the only
Well, I
time
made
he
him
loved
hate.
him.
I'm sure he hated him at some point.
maybe
too.
when he was on the Yankees, but like
I'm pretty sure he hated him.
I'll say
on
this:
the Mets.
he left.
He was a good Yankee too.
He went to the Dodgers, and then that's when his career kind of fell apart. So he's always really good with the Mets.
What
Yeah.
do you think Frank's first like?
favorite player was Rusty
No.
Staub.
Take the call.
Thanks, Meek.
That was honestly
For the
made me
first
really
time,
upset.
for the first time all week, I'm excited to leave.
Yeah, that made me want to get up and leave.
No, what do you think his first like the first Metsism he had? Like the first like Juan
First player he hated.
the first Juan Soso. What do you think his first?
He said Billy
player-
Bean.
Like, do you think it was Billy Beanbag?
That's a good one. They were beanbags in the '80s. That makes sense.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of
Actually, like that's not a bad guess, dude. Because he was a first-round pick, highly touted, was a bust. Every kid knows about beanbags. I love it.
Billy Beanbag.
I'd like to go. I think a good series that the Mets guys should do is go through all of them with Frank from like the '90s through. Like find.
Yeah, you want a
or
10-hour podcast?
I
you know how
sit
people-
with Frank and hear about all the guys he hated.
Yes.
You should leave Frank
Do you
in a
know-
room by himself.
Do you know when
to
it's
do
like,
it.
oh, like white, not white guys, just guys in general can just sit down and just, I don't know why I said that.
Oh, yeah, wow. What's our race today?
It's definitely more of a white guy activity.
You just said white guys.
No, it's more of a white guy.
I don't know if it is.
I actually don't know if it is either.
I feel like it generally is.
Oh, I think why can't a bunch of black guys? Or why can't black and white guys?
No,
do it?
they can, but I think more white guys would be more likely.
At the barbershop, a bunch of black guys came.
Why at the barbershop? Why at the
Dukes, I'm fighting for you. I'm trying.
No, I'm with them.
that was
I'm with
worse.
them. It's definitely more of a white guy
why is
activity.
that
That was like true.
was way worse.
That was deep rooted.
All right,
That's like-
take a call. Take a call.
No,
Take a call.
Matt,
bunch of guys
you
get
want to
together
talk
and talk
Warriors?
sports.
Matt, you're on.
That makes total sense.
Clemmer, my boy,
Hello.
been trying to reach you. I got a couple things. First of all, 2021, I guarantee you said we should have traded Curry before we beat you in the finals.
I did, but okay.
You're probably like, get him
I mean,
out of here.
I did Kirk's show for a year. You can go back and look at the tapes and see if I talked about it.
Does Kirk talk about the Warriors?
Yeah, not tell me. I didn't talk. I mean, it does come up. I didn't talk about it. I didn't feel that way, but okay.
It's something to say. Second of all, the Warriors winning this championship or getting the Western Conference Finals isn't really the argument.
Okay.
I think they will win, and I believe they will get there. But the argument is if you should trade Curry early, which you said, a year and a half ago, and you absolutely should not. I want to hear your reasoning one more time why you think they should.
Here we go.
I mean, I've said it a million times in this show. Do you have like a comprehension problem?
Give him one more. Give him
one more.
Give him your official stance.
Don't get nasty.
Well, he's being nasty.
Give him your stance. But he's a Warrior. He's a Warriors fan.
He's a Warriors fan, yeah. And you know, how have the last couple of years gone? How's the last couple of years gone?
Fine. We love Curry. We want him here. We're okay with the last
I understand, but I'm asking you. So you're okay with losing then?
we still won. We had a winning record.
Oh, congratulations. But do you
Hang the banner.
I'll give you the perspective. From a GM perspective, Curry brings in billions of dollars. He sells tickets.
I don't think he brings in billions of dollars. I don't think that's a true statement. I think he brings in billions of dollars to the Golden State Warriors.
I think
for the NBA.
I think he's added that much to the franchise in
maybe
that tenure.
$300 million market cap. Now we're worth $9 billion. That's billions with it.
Okay, but
That's
you think
point,
okay? So
point Matt.
I think he got that.
Point Matt.
I think that's a fair point.
Hang on a second. Point
That's
Matt.
that's a fair point.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess you guys are gonna.
It's true. It's true though.
Trying to explain my point. You guys got point Matt. Okay, so here's why you think he's going to bring in $1 billion more since from moving forward.
To the community, yes, you're bringing $1 billion into the team.
Okay, I don't think so because I don't think the Warriors will continue to win.
Oh, because you've been playing with the Magic on a video game.
No, I felt this way before I was playing the Magic in a video game. I said it last year. You said a year and a half ago, right? Didn't you just say that?
No, you said a year and a half ago they should trade Curry.
Right. So wasn't that before I was playing the Magic on a video game? So no. Answer my question, Matt. Wasn't that before I said that on a video game?
Say it again. It's hard to hear you.
Yeah, because you're talking over me. So.
No, because you talk like Kermit the Frog.
Okay, I have a bad voice. Matt. You're not wrong. But at least I'm not a dumb piece of shit like you.
Okay.
That wanted to come out the comment before, but
okay, so here's the deal, Matt. So I said they should trade Curry a year and a half ago, right? I've only been doing the Magic thing for about a month and a half. So obviously it's before that. So it has nothing to do with it.
Keep going. Tell him why you think that. Why?
Matt knows why. I think because I don't think the Warriors have a legitimate chance to win. Because I think the West is too strong, and I think teams like the Celtics exist. And rather than just kind of have these seasons where you make it first, second round, I think it makes more sense to trade a great player before he starts to fade because you can get a lot of assets back. That's why.
Right. I hear your point, and we don't care as much about the winning, especially as fans. You're literally Nico Harrison. But I got another thing is
you don't care about the winning. Then that's a whole different argument.
No. It's not. It's the same argument. You're saying we should trade him. The emotional side is fans want Curry here. The money side is GMs want Curry here because he brings in money.
Why does GMs care about money? Owners should care about money.
Another perspective. A player like Pods, who I brought in at the beginning of the season.
Oh, you're that guy.
For good reason.
Yeah, you're that. Yeah. Where have you been the last few months? We've had the calls open for a while. Where have you been?
5 times, buddy. I
have not talked to you. Like I'm in here almost every day.
That's because you're going to Mets games.
You know when the baseball schedule is?
All right, Summer, here's another perspective that you're not understanding as a non-ball knower. Curry, numerous players that have worked out with Curry, Ant's workout when he came in said he's never seen somebody work out with Curry. He said his workout with Curry rubbed off with him to make him a better player. You don't think that rubs off on players that are joining the team like Pod?
Very inspirational.
By seeing how – no, that's just true. It's not inspirational.
And what?
That's just what it is. And then here's another thing. Since you remember that first phone call, I said Curry doesn't get fouls, and you had your little condescending attitude about it. It's just true. He has the lowest foul rate for a superstar. Superstars get 24 points per game. Curry has the lowest foul rate in NBA history. You might say he shoots threes. Trae Young shoots threes and has one of the highest foul rates. Explain that.
Well, I'll explain that he's hurt right now. He's got a bad thumb and a bad pelvic situation, right?
Oh, he's hurt? What did he drop last game?
No, but aren't you worried about that long-term in the playoffs?
He dropped last game.
37.
So you're not at all worried about his physical. So he had a great game. You're not at all worried about his physical ability to stay healthy for the entirety of the playoffs. That doesn't concern you at all.
Do other
so you don't care? You don't care about winning. You don't care about his health.
Are you saying because he's old he hurt his thumb? That's very logical. Good job, buddy.
I mean, I don't know. I know it takes older players longer to heal.
Hurt their thumbs more than young people.
How about the pelvic injury?
Answer the question.
I don't know how to answer the question. What was the question? Do young people get thumb injuries? Of course they do.
Older people hurt their thumbs more than young people? Is that what's to do with
it takes
age?
older people longer to heal. Nah.
Okay, and then here's another one. You yelled at all the boys on the show saying, name another example of a player that should have been traded early. Tim Duncan in 2014 was a huge part of winning that championship against LeBron. Without him, at age 37, they don't win that championship. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They get an extra championship because of him. There's an example. Your example is the Boston Celtics in their fucking fraudulent draft that they had. Do you know how they got those picks?
Draft?
Do you know how they got those picks?
What was fraudulent?
Because the 76ers are the dumbest franchise in the league.
You know what? Play on. I like that point.
So why didn't any other team trade with them?
That's how you got your superstars. You got lucky as hell. You think that's just going to happen over and over again? Also, Ev made a good point when I called him last time.
What happened with they happened with the Thunder, and it's happening with the Rockets.
The Thunder haven't won anything, so I don't know what you're talking about. They can win something. I don't doubt that they will, but they haven't won shit. They have like 15 picks. What are those going to do for them?
I'm guessing add more great players. I'm guessing they've improved their. I mean, to say the Thunder haven't won anything, they haven't had a lot of opportunities.
Yes, they have. Last show.
No, they haven't.
Last show, Meek brought up all the 18th picks. You said Jimmy Butler you would rather have an 18th pick? Name one of those picks he brought up. You probably can't because they all fucking suck.
No, I would say it depends on the situation. If I'm a team like the Thunder or a team that has a legitimate chance, you're not going to let me finish. Okay, I mean you got to let me talk. You got to let me talk.
You're right.
So if it depends on the situation. If you're a team like the Thunder that has a legitimate chance to win, then I think having Jimmy Butler makes a lot more sense. If you're a team like the Warriors that I personally don't think can win, now we'll find out one way or the other. You might be right. Maybe they are going to win the NBA Finals this year. I don't think so. I think you're.
Well, it's not black and white.
I think the best point. Well, will be. We will know. We will know. I will say this. I think
that's not the only argument. You haven't listened to anything else I've said.
I've listened to everything you've said. I've answered the things you've said. I've been listening the entire time. No. The thing, actually, you said one thing. I really think it really makes the most sense is that you don't care about winning. And if that's true, then great. Then we're on a different. You said that. You literally said that.
Okay. I said we don't care as much about winning now. We'd rather have Curry.
And that's a whole.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
But that's the argument. That's the discussion.
You're not one thing of this whole argument, Clemmer.
But that's the crucial thing. That's the most critical thing.
Not that crucial.
It's everything, and that's where the GM.
We care about winning, obviously. Oh my God.
That's where the GM needs to be the adult in the room and say, all right, I know the fans are going to be emotional because fans are. You got to let me talk because fans are emotional. So I have to be the adult in the room and make the tough call. Because fans are always going to want to root for their players forever.
I mean, you've listened to maybe one thing I've said, and that's all your only takeaway.
Yeah, it's the only takeaway that I think really was valid.
From a GM perspective, from making money, from a franchise moving, from selling tickets. Also, Curry's still literally playing in his prime. His numbers prove it. Maybe he doesn't have the exact numbers as his MVP season, but what good players do when they get a little bit older is they let it out when they need to. When Curry's in clutch time, he's the best player in the league. That's the last 5 minutes of the game. That's when he scores all the threes. That's when he makes the game. That's when they get
Curry is still a very good player. That's why I say you trade him now before he fades. That's my whole point.
Let's run this scenario. We trade Curry to a good team. Okay, what picks are we going to get from that good team?
Well, you get future picks. I mean, people made the same argument with the Nets. Oh, right, you trade Garnett.
Good. So we're going to get a couple of 28th overall picks. Oh, that's
the
really
same.
good.
The same thing people said about the Nets. That's the same exact thing. The other thing too is Curry's old. You trade Curry. How long is he going to be really good for? You get those picks for 5 years from now. Those picks can be really worth something.
Curry's old, but there's generational different players. LeBron's one. Curry's definitely one.
I think you two could be in a room for the next 5 days.
Yeah, get off.
No.
I really hope your Warriors do really badly, and I'll be rooting hard against them. Partly because of you, Matt. And every time they lose, I'm gonna say your name in my living room. Big. Oh wow, I'm glad they lost because Matt's sad. And I'll say that every single time they lose.
That works for me. Buddy. Here's the other thing. We're not gonna lose, one, and two.
Okay. Well, you don't care about winning, so it doesn't matter.
No, I do care about winning. You're nitpicking one thing.
Here's what I care about. I care about you losing, and I care about saying your name in my living room every fucking. It's gonna be great.
You're taking that one thing because I stacked up a bunch of stats against you. What do you have to say about the fouls? You didn't even mention that.
Fouls. I don't care about the fouls. Curry's all banged up, buddy. That's what matters.
Is that your only thing? Is Curry's banged up?
Yes, that's what matters.
He was really banged up. He was really banged up last game.
He was clutching his arm in pain on the sidelines. Do you watch the games, man? You're a big fan.
Clemmer. I mean, you're saying this like he scored 6 points without. He scored 37 points. I think he was just fine.
He played really well, but there's a lot. He also missed games a couple weeks ago with the pelvic thing.
He's playing though.
And run your fairy tale GM Magic team.
Okay, I will.
That's
this is a great rivalry.
And you're gonna sit and watch your Warriors team.
Matt. I think Matt.
Oh,
I think
no,
Matt
I'm
gets
just gonna watch the
to.
Warriors.
Matt, call in if they win the first round. We'll talk.
And also, Matt, call in if they lose too.
Yeah, and if they lose, you have to call in.
We'll get a mid-round check-in next week. We'll get a mid-round check-in.
Yeah, you got to call in too if they lose. It goes both ways.
He didn't call before the Jimmy Butler trade though. Funny,
He's called. No. He's called a bunch.
He's called in.
He's called quite a few.
way. I don't remember those calls.
There might have been a few that you weren't here.
You guys haven't taken my call before.
He's called quite a
Are you
few.
saying Meek's blocking you?
He called in before
No,
the
stop
Jimmy Butler
watching.
trade.
I'm just away from you guys sometimes. You're doing a show. I get it. I just don't have that much time either. I have a job.
He's called in a few times. No. He's called in quite a few.
I appreciate. I believe you.
He addressed the pods.
Yeah. We had the pods. We talk.
Awesome, but I just don't like your Warriors takes, and I think you're dead wrong. It's a opinion.
The cool thing about this is all joking aside. The cool thing is we're gonna find out either way at the end of the finals, and if the Warriors win the finals, Matt, like if the Warriors win the finals, what state do you live in?
Say that again. I can't. Sorry,
What state do you live in?
I live in California.
Okay.
I'm right outside the.
If the Warriors win the finals, I will go to you, and I will fly to you, and you can laugh at me in public. How's that sound?
It's a great deal.
I mean, that's
What if they
fine.
make the finals?
I appreciate that. That's,
No, they gotta win.
maybe you
Gotta
guys
win
let
from
me
the
cut it
intro.
off if they win the finals.
Fuck, dude.
If they
Even
win the
you're rooting
finals,
against
I
the
will
fucking
fly to
Celtics.
California, and I will go to a place of your choosing, and you will laugh at me in public.
That would be
Okay.
awesome.
Can we
That
put
works
you in
for
like
me.
a
That's
clown
awfully
suit?
big of you, Plummer, but again,
put
my
you in a
argument
clown
is
suit?
it's not if they win the
All right,
finals
we'll
or
put you in a
not.
clown suit.
Let me a concert.
That's 2 years. I got to get off. I'll let other callers in. But Plummer, that's nice of you. I appreciate you taking the call. I'll talk to you guys later.
Appreciate you,
I'll call
man.
back.
I hope your team loses, Matt.
Go
Appreciate it,
Go
yeah.
Warriors.
Let's run through
Yes,
these
sir.
next three.
Way too early.
Way too early.
Gentlemen, what's good?
What's
What's
up?
up?
Too early.
Shit, just giving a little call in here. I wanted to give a shout out to Big Ev. Love the bourbon, Evan Williams. It's delicious. But
Yes,
I
sir.
wanted to talk about Travis Hunter. In a situation where all things are equal, we know at the top of the draft they got needs. But let's say you've got a number one at wide receiver and you got a number one cornerback. I want to hear from each of you guys, where would you want Travis to play most of his time? I think for me, I'd like to have him 100% on defense, that type of playmaker and ball skills, and then maybe have him show up on third down and, over the 50. What do you guys think?
I don't hate that.
I think it probably is the easiest to play him full time on defense and then have like specific packages for him on offense. I mean, because I've heard like Jay Gruden make the thing, if we play man, like it's easy to just put him wide receiver and say, all right, like on third down, go cover that guy man, go play man, and that's it. Not hard to comprehend or like learn the scheme. But no, I think making packages for offense just makes sense because it also just kind of controls where like obviously like you're playing them on offense not to block, to go catch passes. Like you're running the ball, like leave them on the sideline kind of thing. That gets predictable, but I think that gets pretty predictable. Like if you watch any offenses, like so many of these guys just like sit out the plays they're when they're running the ball. I think you play them more on defense probably if it's all equal. I just think it's easier to plug them in on offense like that.
Yeah. No, I have no. I said the same thing as Ev. I think that there should be packages for him on offense, play him on defense. But I actually do. I weirdly believe Travis Hunter that he will like freak out if he doesn't play them both.
The idea that he wouldn't play is ridiculous.
I know it's stupid.
Stupid thing to say. I
doesn't
just say
believe
young
it.
guy, but like your agent, your family's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" Like you gotta.
Do
He'll
we
play,
think
but-
he's like strong enough to like tackle on defense in the NFL? Like
yes,
is his
I
body?
do. I do. I personally do.
I love that take.
That is a
thin.
concern. I think
He's thin, but I mean he's a good he tackles.
like you could grow into the frame. It's like
Also,
breath
he's
to
not
bat.
like a linebacker. Like he does have to tackle. He's gonna have to tackle.
Valid
He's
concern.
not- I know, but he does it.
He's
in
not
college.
Sauce
he
Gardner,
does.
though.
He does tackle though. He tackles.
No, I'm saying
No,
it's
I'm
valid for
saying
him to
he
bring
does
up. Not
already.
saying like.
I actually don't think it's. I
I don't think it's
actually
even valid to bring up.
Actually, I think
because
one of
there's
his
look at a lot of cornerbacks are skinny.
Pretty
for
skinny.
sure.
Yeah, it's just
I mean,
like
one of
Sauce Gardner had concerns of that coming out of college. Like,
But honestly, he has some tackling issues.
right.
yeah.
Hunter hasn't.
yeah.
And, I mean,
he's
one of
getting
his.
lights
I mean,
out.
one of his best plays at Colorado is them like I think it was Colorado State like driving in with like a bigger. I can't remember if it was a running back or a tight end was going to score, and he literally ran up and just smashed him and knocked the ball out and like won the game.
Tackling college and tackling grown men, two different things.
What I'm saying, like he's
only had the opportunity.
He's a more than willing tackler.
All right, I'm gonna ask you guys this: I want to give me a grade, A to F, of what you think of Travis Hunter as a cornerback in the NFL.
A.
Yeah, like A. I think he has A potential.
Wide receiver.
A.
A minus.
Also A.
You got also A.
Yeah, I think A.
So there's no. What is he better at than quarterback, right? Or is there not? It's not that.
Very similar.
He's back as a wide receiver.
I think he's probably. I think he's probably more. I think he's like a little more polished as a corner, because his route running is not like spectacular, but it's like catch radius and all that is like insane.
Yards after the catch for him is.
So shouldn't he be the number one pick? So then you're getting 2 A players then. So shouldn't he be the number one?
But I don't think he can play every snap of every game.
Yeah, like he's not.
I don't think his body will handle that.
Like that.
I think he can play 100% both ways.
Listen,
I think he's got to be on the bench for some times in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I think as a
franchise,
if you draft him second overall and then play him every single snap, like you're doing yourself a disservice. I think, as an organization,
I think he proved this year on some level he can do it to like some degree.
Yeah,
I get it's much before me. I know it's different in college and the NFL, but I'm saying like I think he can do it to some degree. Now he has had some injuries. Like a couple of years ago. This year he was pretty healthy. The year before,
Colorado State one was like.
Well, he took like a ridiculous. Like he literally had like a lacerate, like something crazy, like his kidney. Like he took a massive shot and missed like 3 games. But that was kind of a freak. Like
I honestly,
hit.
and I know this is once again I don't know college, so I knew the cornerback. I knew how good he was a cornerback. I'm surprised to hear you guys say that he's that good as a wide receiver. That makes him kind of
for a guy his size. His catch radius is unbelievable.
Honestly, just look at some highlights. It's actually crazy.
Yeah. And his hands are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
All right.
He goes up and gets the ball like he's 6'4", 220. But he's 6'1", 6'2", like 190.
Colorado was not good. Them both made them good.
They were good because, him and Shadur.
Like, that's the reason why they were good.
They were, I know.
They were really not that good of a team. And they made them
So what happens next year for them?
They brought in some good recruits. Like I don't know if those
guys.
You guys want to play there.
I think Dion has made it show like we can be a national team. Like we can be good. I think he's a good recruiter. That also like Dion has so many like connections to the NFL. Obviously, like I think also for that reason those kids will want to go there as well.
They brought in kids not as good as Shadur, but they brought in Caden Salter, who was like multiple-year starter at Liberty. Like they were one of the best like G5 teams. And they brought in this kid, Julian Lewis, who was like one of the top quarterback recruits. So he's done well recruiting quarterbacks. Like last year, they had a freshman left tackle starting who was like the number 1 tackle. So he's come back year 2. Like they have some guys there.
But I also think that like I said, like Dion's gonna have NFL scouts coming to your practices, all this stuff. Like obviously other coaches have the same, but Dion, like these guys, and like also isn't like his coaching staff who's on the coaching staff?
They are a ton of guys like Warren Sapp.
Oh, it's all these ex-NFLers.
Yeah, so it's like guys that you're learning from.
Pat Shermer was the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, like Ocho Cinco shows up on a Tuesday and like shows the wide receivers things. Like I don't know, it's just a cool. I don't know. I think it's still a good place.
Crazy NFL draft's a week from today.
A week from today.
First round, a week from today.
Yeah,
coming up fast, boys. I'm so excited.
I'll call in Friday.
What the Patriots do it for.
That's right, Marty.
Yeah, it's my wedding.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy shit, congrats, dude.
Hey, thanks.
You think you'll get a wedding crasher?
No. No one knows where it is.
No, crashers don't really care where, crashers don't, they're not coming for you. They're coming for the wedding. That's what a wedding crasher is. They don't know whose wedding
they're coming for the open bar.
They don't know what wedding.
It wouldn't be someone necessarily knows Marty.
Right. They're coming. They don't know. They're not coming for I need to be at Rhea and Marty's wedding. What they're coming to do is crash a wedding. They have one objective. That's what a wedding crasher is.
Open bar, single wedding.
There's some good security here, so that'll be fun to see.
Oh, they wouldn't get very far. Is that what you're saying, Marty?
Yeah, I don't think they'll get.
Facial recognition.
It's pretty.
I think you'd be.
I don't know if you know what my dad did for work.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't.
Is that a threat?
He literally for our wedding.
Now I try to get in under disguise.
That might not be
I'll be honest. For our wedding, it literally the police blocked off the entire block of the wedding.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, these guys are professionals. I mean, I'll take the wedding crasher.
I forgot what Marty's did. Yeah, I wouldn't be crashing this one.
Let's do some picks, fellas. Let's do some picks. Clemmer, what do you got?
I only have one pick. I'm as ice cold as I've been since I started working here. I am a disaster. Not only am I missing my pick of the week, pick of the day, excuse me. I'm missing like my side picks. I'm missing everything. One play today. My pick of the day: Davis Martin under 15.5 outs. He's a starting pitcher for the White Sox. He's really bad at home, and he's really bad during day games. So I'm hoping Davis Martin does not make it to the 6th inning because I need a win.
All right. First of all, shout out to the Yankees for having the best record in the AL. That's very nice.
Same record as the Mets.
Very nice.
Did I say anything about the Mets?
You didn't.
No, I don't think so.
I said a fact.
It's propaganda, but okay.
Is it
Or is
propaganda?
it just a
Yeah,
fact?
it's how you.
It's propaganda. I don't think propaganda can be.
How you present
it's a
information is
fact.
propaganda.
But it's a fact. It's just
No, it's a fact.
It's a fact, but
They
it's
have
also
the best-
propaganda.
How is it propaganda?
Explain
Because
how.
they're like the 6th best record in baseball, but it's like, oh,
But I didn't
Best
say anything
in the-
about
He
baseball.
didn't say it was the best record in
yeah,
baseball.
no.
Well, it's also tied for the best record. The Rangers have the same record.
It's still the
Oh,
best
Tied for
record.
the best record in the AL.
Tied.
Still-
More propaganda, just ignoring the Rangers.
Yeah, ignoring them.
Oh, really? They have the
No, we
best
just
record
said it.
too.
You just said it.
Gotta
North
bring
Korea, Marty.
I think you're not understanding the word propaganda.
No.
What's propaganda?
I think someone's
Propaganda is the act of spreading
he's looking-
information,
oh,
often
it's a-
biased or misleading, to
that's
influence
sad.
public opinion
That's good.
and promote a
That's
specific cause or
sad.
I'm a
viewpoint.
meat freak too. That's a sad moment.
sad
That's a bad
moment.
I wanted to.
Did it say misinformation? Was
I'm a
that the
meek freak.
definition?
Yeah, I'm a meek freak too, and that
I
made me
wanted to be
upset.
concise.
No, you then don't say propaganda
concise?
first. Yeah, what's concise?
Direct.
Yeah, that's close.
Contrite.
Well, no, contrite means
All right.
sad, right?
All right.
Or like apologetic, I guess.
This isn't a. Okay, we're not taking an English class here.
No. This is This goes back to exactly what
I
this
know
fucking
exactly what
asshole
you're
did
gonna say.
like
Yep.
8 months ago when who mispronounced the name,
I think it might have been me. Or,
and he was so fucking
Yeah,
condescending.
he laughed
about
at Clemmer. Yeah.
or if I ever fuck up with like Cody Bellinger and Clay Bellinger, this guy is up my ass like a
Yeah.
hemorrhoid. You wouldn't believe it.
What's a hemorrhoid?
It's like what, a mass on your ass, like a
mass on-
hematoma.
Mass on your ass.
I was sort of
good.
like in it, on it. Sort of.
Wrong, entirely wrong.
It's something you don't want.
Something you
Going
know.
with the Athletics money line again today. It's best series. This should be on ESPN. If ESPN was smart, they'd put this on ESPN primetime.
Baseball.
I know, but primetime should be Athletics White Sox. That I love watching these games.
Well, they're great. It's a 2 o'clock game. If people have
I have
day
the
action today.
I got the Athletics. I'm gonna go the Tigers -1.5. I think that the Royals just like on the just lost 3 on the road. Going to fucking Michigan sounds awful. More cold. Going with the Tigers. Yankees
No,
tonight.
You don't believe in the Yankees tonight, though, really?
100%.
You like Will Warren against Taj Bradley?
Yeah.
Alright.
Taj Bradley. I'm not like terrified of
Bradley's
Taj
pretty good
Bradley.
pitcher, no? You know, like,
That's not like a guy I'm.
It's a Yankee
terrified
home
of.
game.
It's also like
That's
they're
true.
comfortable there.
they are comfortable.
They're also
That's a good point.
it's warm. I'm going with the Mets tonight. I think the Mets. I think Canning sucks, but I think the Cardinals lineup is so bad. Canning's bad.
Yeah, they missed Paul Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt's unbelievable.
Yeah,
He is.
He's
You've been wrong about him so far.
absolutely
so far.
wrong about him so far.
Yeah.
I also think he will wear down.
Of course you do.
But so far, I
You hate you hate older people.
I know older players. I like older. I'm an older.
No, you hate old people.
I don't hate old people. I love old.
Ev, what's your picks?
I got the Reds money line, Yankees money line, A's White Sox over 8.
Love it.
Let's go.
I just saw a video of that
Some runs
bald
that game.
loser Salicata trying to clip farm against Juan Soto. So I'll be taking Juan Soto home run plus 475.
Let's go, Meek.
Who's Salicata, Mets guy?
I never listened to Francesa's show very much. Oh, Lakata's a FAN morning show, right?
I don't know.
I never listened to morning FAN. I'd always listen to like Francesa after school.
Yeah, me too.
Now I don't listen to the radio anymore.
So you hate Licata, Phil?
Thumbs up.
He said yes. All right, that's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. See you.